Hey guys, assalamu alaikum, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. So how many of you guys actually enjoy a good roti, like SADA roti or any type of roti, but you just don't have a tawa or you can't find your tawa? Well, today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how easy it is to make SADA roti using a pan. I'm going to be using this pan right here, and it's that simple to make a nice SADA in a pan. If you can't find your tawa, if you don't even own a tawa, you could still make SADA roti at home. So for my SADA roti, I'm using 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. So every cup of flour that I use, I would add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm just mixing out all the dry ingredients, and then I am adding some water. So this was half of a cup of water that I added. Now it's a very small roti I'm going to get from here. And all I'm going to do now is just knead it. So kneading for me on a countertop instead of a bowl is always much easier. So I'm just going to knead it like this for just a few minutes. You don't want to over knead the dough, and you want to knead it until it gets nice and soft. Now you don't want to add too much flour because it will be dry. But if it does get a little sticky, just add a little bit to the countertop and to the dough as well. Alright, so this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to set it into my bowl and cover it, and we're going to leave it for I just leave it for about 15-20 minutes. Alright, so it's been about 20 minutes. Or you can leave it for longer, leave it for half an hour, for an hour. So next I'm going to, this will be too big for my pan, so I'm just going to be doing it in 2 small sizes. I'm going to set this aside, we'll roll that out. So I'm just have a little flour, not too much, and I am just going to roll it out using my rolling pin, or my bilna as we call it. You don't want to roll it out too thin. And while I'm rolling out that, I'm just going to put my pan on the stove to heat up. So I'm using a regular pan. It's a large one that I have here actually. It is not wet at all. I'm not going to be spraying any sort of cooking spray or anything on it. I'm going to put it up on the stove to heat up. So my pan is nice and hot. I've got it between medium and high. I'm just going to be adding to the pan. And once you see it starts to like bubble up like this, I'm going to flip it. And you're just going to leave it on for a couple of minutes. You want to play with the heat, keep it low, medium. If it's getting too hot, you're going to just reduce it. So the key thing is to watch the heat on it. So you want to keep it on low. When you flip it, I just turn mine a little lower, reduces a little bit between low and medium, and then it's just going to start swelling up as though it's on a regular tawa. So it's not hard to make SADA roti in a regular pan if you don't have a tawa or can't find yours. And check it out, guys, roti made in a pan. So you're going to transfer this across a cloth, and then you're just going to cut it. So we're going to do the same thing for the next one. Now the heat, just watch your heat. Again, once you start to see these little bubbles, like, I'm going to flip it, and then watch it do its magic in a few minutes. Now if your heat is too low, it will not swell. So you just want to play around with the heat until you get it right. So if it's on in the pan for too long and you realize that it's taken a little longer than usual to swell, and it's getting too brown, or you actually start smelling it burning, you need to decrease your heat. And check it out, guys, SADA roti made in a pan, easy like that. Alright guys, so I got my roti, and now what I normally do is just cut them in quarters. Now the size, you can make them make it bigger in size, but the pan, this was just enough for the pan. And check it out, nice roti to eat with the tomato choker that you would have seen in yesterday's video. So you saw it's so easy to make roti without a tawa. You can't just use your regular pan and it will swell like it should. So definitely give it a try if you've never tried it. If you think that you probably can't make roti, think again. It's not that hard to make. Now I know some people enjoy a little darkness on their SADA roti, so it's up to you, but these, just be careful with your heat, because if the pan does start to get too hot, you can't find the entire thing burning, and you don't want that. So a little few pieces like this is fine for me, but you just want to make sure and monitor your heat. That's most important when you're using the pan to make your SADA roti. Alright guys, so you saw my SADA roti in a pan video, so it was not that hard at all. Got some delicious pieces of SADA roti here that you can eat with tomato choker. You saw that video yesterday, or bygone choker. I've got a video up on curry bodi and aloo as well, or even fried cabbage. There's so many things that you could eat with SADA roti. And like I said, if you don't have a tawa, you can't find a tawa, and you want to make SADA roti, it's not that hard. Just grab a frying pan. I'm sure the majority of you guys probably own a flat pan in your kitchen, so grab that and make some roti. So just a couple of things to note. Be very careful with the heat. So you want to pay attention to heat. So when you start off, it's on high, medium, high, and then as it continues cooking, after you flip it, drop it a little bit between low and medium, and give it a chance to swell. Now if it's too high, your roti is going to burn. Another thing to note is the softness of your dough. So you want to knead it for a couple of minutes until the dough is nice and soft. Now when you're setting it aside, now sometimes if I'm in a rush, 15-20 minutes is fine. You can leave for half an hour to an hour if you want. Cover it with a moist towel. And I've also seen my grandmother add some oil on the top of it. Just rub a little bit of oil in it to maintain the softness of it. And to keep it even extra nice and soft even after it's finished cooked, I will normally, when I cut them up, I wrap them in a paper towel or a napkin, and I just put it into a plastic bag. And when you can put this in the fridge, and when you're ready to heat it up the next day, just heat it up in the paper towel as well, and it's good to go. You can even moisten it a little bit, and it's nice and soft as though you just made it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to try out some SADA roti at home in a pan. Don't need the towel anymore. Don't worry about it. Try it in your pan. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.